My pleasure to introduce to you New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand.
Well, thank you, Jeff, so much for your friendship, for your leadership, for all the good work you're doing. I appreciate it. I want to thank David Brand for his vision and his leadership and for pulling us all together today. And I want to thank Leonard Kaplan as well as the founder for the Alliance for Global Good. I'm so delighted to be here today because I think the purpose of this conference is not only visionary, but will transcend what's so broken in Washington. We all look at the national news, we all look at the paper every day, and we are constantly concerned with what direction this country's going in and all of those who are at risk, who are suffering the most. Truly, this recession and this tough economy has lasted too long. And I can tell you, no matter where I travel in New York, it's the #1 issue on everyone's minds. When I visit food pantries, those who run them say we're receiving less donations than before. We have less available, but so much greater need. When I visit with people who are running homeless shelters, they say the same thing. This is the first time we've seen more children than when we had last year. And so the need for at-risk communities continues to grow. And that's why philanthropy, at the end of the day, truly does make the difference in terms of serving those most at risk. And in times of trouble and in times of great need, I think to great leaders who have come before us. And one thing that Martin Luther King said that always inspires me is when he said that only when times are dark and the darkest of times can you see the stars. And I feel like each one of you is that bright light, that bright beacon of hope and light and possibility, because you are so committed to making a difference for those who need it the most. And I think that what you're doing here today is extraordinary. I think the commitment that you're making to solve problems that government is unable to meet during these tough times is extraordinary. And the ability of philanthropy to address the breadth of concerns that we face on a daily basis, whether it's doing the research to cure cancer or whether it's going into those at-risk neighborhoods and doing economic development and job training, or whether it's looking for new solutions for education or for sustainability. Every type of philanthropy and focus is a new approach to how to solve problems. And I just want to thank you for your leadership. My staff is very inspired by what you're doing here today. Next week I'll be in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse, and we'll be volunteering locally for Thanksgiving. My New York City staff decided to recognize the holidays by spending a full day of service. I think that call to service is what's so important. And I think what your leadership is doing that on a grand scale and teaching, not just leaders here in Washington, but the next generation. Because I think when young people see their elders, their leaders, their parents reaching out to help others and doing that service, they will develop in themselves that heart of service. And it's through that heart of service that the next generation of leaders will be born. So thank you for giving so much. Thank you for being such stewards. And thank you for your vision and commitment. Thank you.